Hey everyone, this is Kristen Maka with Futurity First Insurance Group. I am very excited. Today this is going to be the first episode of what I'm going to call ConnectOMA. I have a lot of different clients around town that need help finding different businesses that can be able to help them, and I also have different networking partners who need to be able to get in touch with clients. And that is what ConnectOMA is all about, being able to connect businesses and people around town. And for the premiere episode, I have with me Andra Williams with Obensen Home Health Care. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. So today I just want to, get a good bird's eye view of what Obensen is all about. Okay. More or less, what would you say Obensen's calling, or rather their innate sense of duty, is to the community of Omaha?
Basically, I would say the best way to describe what Obensen strives for would be just making sure that those with either disabilities or elderly are, well taken care of. And then also, it also helps a lot of times the younger caregivers as well. So both the elderly receive care and the caregivers get a break themselves. So especially people that have parents that they're taking care of.
So that's what you mean by the caregivers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. The caregivers, because there's a lot of people that are in that mid zone where they're both taking care of both kids and their parents at the same time. Yes. And that's stressful on them because they have to sit here and go to work and work a full-time job, then go home and handle kids, which is another full-time job, and then try and take care of the parents like a third full-time job. Yes. And that'll kill you pretty much. You have no time for anything. Something's suffering, either your work, your home, all three. Something's not going well.
Yeah, you just need a little break.
Exactly. And so we can take that burden off of somebody's shoulders, at least, give them a little bit of peace of mind that they know that their parents are still taken care of, even if they're not there as often and things, then that helps. And, the parents get the good care, or sometimes it's not even parents, sometimes it's other kids with disabilities where they, need to be at home, but the parents need to go to work or something. And so they need someone to be at home. And so a lot of times that may be another issue of things. So it's not only just the elderly, but also disabled.
Okay. So more or less, the business helps everyone to have a sense of independence, more or less. Yeah. You have the parents or the people who are doing the caregiving on both ends, relieving them a little bit of that stress, and also having the people being cared for, maybe not feeling maybe as embarrassed, having their kids or their neighbors taking care of themselves.
Yeah, and that is a good point too. A lot of times there's certain things that if you have, if you're in a setting where you have like a person coming in, you might be more comfortable asking this person coming in to do something you would your own children or something. Like you said, it is, is a good point about, being embarrassed or, having the shame of certain things and whatnot. And then also, it also prevents a lot of people from having to go to homes. A lot of people don't want to get older and go into a home. They want to stay in their own house.
Like a nursing home.
Exactly. And, and not everybody even has family in town. Like their kids might have moved off to other states or stuff like that and grown, and so they're really here in town by themselves. And so for them, it's wonderful too because they can, have someone come in and help them with cleaning and cooking and things like that nature. And when they need a little bit of help, then they can stay in their own house versus going to a home. Yes. And that's another, big thing that I like about the business, that people can be comfortable. Yes. It gives them more comfort. Because I know if I had a house that I really enjoyed and I don't want to go to be in some stuffy place where, it just...
You have a curtain, and then another person beside you. Yeah.
Exactly. Just, I'd rather be in the comfort of my own home. Yes. And good. So it helps.
Excellent. So I did just want to present to you guys that Andra is more or less the marketing individual or the spokesman for Obensen, but he personally knows the owner. And I was able to hear the story about how the owner kind of came into her position because it is a female. So if you wouldn't mind telling everyone the story of how she kind of took over the business.
Okay. It wasn't a planned thing for her. wonderful lady. She was a client of mine through a different business that I was doing a few years ago, and we kind of built a bit of a friendship and things over the course of time. But she actually got into the home healthcare business because her husband started the business and things, but then he passed suddenly, unexpectedly. And so she had to kind of jump into the role. So she was, at that point in time when he passed, she was really just kind of an at-home mom. They had a young baby. It was like between 1 and 2. So it's still really quite young. And she was just kind of at home with him. And then, her husband passed. And so she had to kind of jump out there and just really learn the whole ropes of how to run a company.
Birth by fire on her part, yeah.
Really. So she's been taking different courses and learning the different things, and she's been, kind of trial and error, finding different business connections to work the different parts of making sure things go good and figuring out how to run taxes through the company. But she's done a wonderful job. She's really, kept the business going for the last few years on her own. Now she's in a process where she's trying to grow the business and get both more clients and employees for the company to grow it. So she's, she's gone the ropes. She's faced the flames. She's, doused the fire, and now she's, trying to grow and expand.
Yes.
And so kudos to her, and like I said, wonderful woman.
Oh yeah, that is amazing. Being a woman, especially in any industry, is tough. And to just have a business thrown right in your lap and being able to pick it up and just run with it is amazing.
So I'm going from at-home mom to a single parent trying to run a whole company. It's been wild.
It's crazy. Well, that's all that we have time for today. Andrea, thank you so much for being with me.
Thanks
but we will see you next week and dive a little bit further into the business.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.